just as a preface, this episode does have a little bit of crackling from Vitch's mic at the beginning that soon gets corrected later on in the episode. We apologize and thank you for listening.
Welcome to the KillCam podcast. It's your big old sandwich now. How you doing today, Stu?
I like how we're bringing it to the beginning of the episode now as well as what's going to come at the end. That was so much worse, though.
Well, welcome to episode 45.
Hell yeah.
Of the KillCam podcast. World famous, Nobel Peace Prize winning, Pulitzer winning, everything winning awards. The best,
Hell
the
yeah.
most, the best.
The bigliest.
The bigliest, bigly.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, 45. I mean, I have a couple. I know last time we kind of touched on like a handful of like smaller subjects, kind of went on and off about that. But I just have a couple more in-depth ones that we want to talk about. No.
Sure. I mean,
would it be an episode of KillCam podcast if we don't talk about
Twitch or Overwatch? I do have my pissed off moment of the week is Overwatch, which I'll say at the end.
Kind of the same.
But otherwise, I've got... Oh, sorry. I just got really distracted by something really badass that I'll talk about here in a second. So I've just got a bunch of small topics here. It sounds like yours are bigger, so maybe I'll just start with some small things. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they aren't like super big, but they're not just like, I'm not just reading headlines and moving on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, start off first then if you want.
All right. Well, the thing that distracted me was that, I don't know if you ever played on the Super Nintendo, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's coming to PC and consoles.
Okay, so is it just being ported or is it being remastered?
I hope it's just ported. I don't even want it remastered.
Okay.
We'll see. It looks like it's just being ported, which I'm for a game like this, Super Nintendo graphics, I'm all in for.
Yeah, no, that's fun. I mean, Super Nintendo, that was the first console I ever had. Super Nintendo was my segue into gaming, so.
Well, I'm hyped after seeing that. That got me really fired up. Anyways.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Did this just happen or something?
Yesterday.
Oh, cool.
So I guess some other small topics I was going to mention. I know we covered this on a cast. This was probably like 15, 20 casts ago at this point. But Microsoft's, their partnership with Bethesda.
That's what I wanted to talk about as well.
Right, and I was concerned that we would all of a sudden see, Skyrim or some of these other big Bethesda games fall out only on Xbox and PC. But Phil Spencer of Xbox has confirmed that all consoles will continue to get Bethesda games.
So there's a thing. All consoles will continue to get them. That's not to say that Xbox won't get timed exclusivity of them.
Right, and I'm going to refrain from using the language I would like to use when I hear that, but that's just fucking stupid. Like, I can give you, as long as it's like, no more than a month. Even a month is pushing it.
Yeah, understandable.
I would rather see some exclusive non-game critical content.
That's fair enough.
Like an extra skin or, some cool clothing to wear in the game or a mount or something, a weapon, but nothing mission critical. I would rather see that.
That's fair enough. I also agree with that. I completely forgot about it because it was so long ago, but it's like I forgot that the Bethesda acquisition was for $7.5 billion.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, big-time companies.
Yeah. So that's funny, though, that you say that because I'm on CNBC, and I'm looking at this article by Ryan Brown, and at the top of it, it says key points. One of the key points says, kind of conflicting with what you said, Microsoft confirmed that some new Bethesda games would be exclusive to Xbox consoles and PCs. Now, I know you said Fallouts and Oblivion, so I'm wondering if this means like new IPs entirely.
Okay, that's still kind of weird.
I mean, so from a business standpoint, though, I mean, everyone's like, oh, Microsoft doesn't have exclusives. Microsoft doesn't have this. This is their way of getting it. They lock down a company that makes good games. So, like, Naughty Dog doesn't make games for Xbox. So Xbox is like, okay, well, we're going to take Bethesda then.
I would rather have Bethesda than Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I mean, from a business standpoint, though, like what Microsoft doing is good move for their business. Now, for consumer, maybe not so much.
Right. I would agree with that statement.
So, but yeah, no company's ever consumer friendly, right? So who gives a shit?
Nice.
Nice. Well, so yeah, and with that also too, just a little side note. I don't know if you have Game Pass or not, but a bunch of Bethesda games are coming to Game Pass soon, so I'm excited for that. You got like Doom 3, Doom 64, all the Fallouts, Prey, like the new Prey game. I never played that, so I'll probably give it a try. The Evil Within. So I'm like, oh, I'll give these games a try.
Nice.
Dishonored 2.
Well, while we're on the topic of,
I can play Skyrim again for the 80th time.
I played in VR, man. It's a different world.
That's actually very true.
So while we're on the topic of Xbox, though, I figured you would like to know that. Did you see what's in the Halo Infinite collector box?
Oh, wasn't that something that was? Oh wait, no, that was. I'm thinking MCC. What's in the Infinite collector box?
So I just want to. The point I'm showing. The point I'm even mentioning this is that the game's nowhere close to coming out, but they're promoting that merch. Man, it comes with looks like a chief hat, a chief poster, a chief energy sword, a chief mug. Looks like some little pins, and then also some Halo socks that at the bottom in very massive orange letters say copyright 2021 Microsoft Corporation.
I think that's actually pretty funny.
Do you like that? Is that going to come with the game that never comes out?
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Damn, yeah, well, they really slapped the copyright logo on it hard.
I know.
Good.
It could have all fit like within just the size of the date.
It's the entire. So I'm looking at the picture. It's the entire from the balls of your feet to the back of your ankle. That whole thing says 2021 Microsoft Corporation copyright.
I know you like that.
Honestly, dude, they're really fucking up with how they're handling like all they're releasing like toys, collectible stuff like way before the game's even out. Like I even got like a code for like an XP thing from like Monster Energy or something because I did like a survey thing or something, and it's like, here's your code like for when the game launches, and it's like I shouldn't be getting stuff for the game when the game's not even out yet.
And there's no release date.
Yeah, I mean, no, they've all but confirmed it, but we know the release date, so they just need to officially come out and say it. They are every month they're talking a little bit more about Infinite. So it's like last month they showed off like some screenshots and we're talking about like the campaign, and it's looking good. I feel like they need to show off more with the amount of time they have left, but we'll see. Like that was their first time doing it, so I'm hoping they're starting off small, and then maybe the next time they're like, here's like a new mission playthrough, and then maybe like a month after that, like here's what multiplayer looks like. Because at this point, I don't know.
Well, they better hurry.
You're not wrong, honestly.
I mean, we'll have to see then what happens with Halo. Again, I've really been enjoying playing MCC Halo 2 Anniversary campaign over the past, week or so. But,
Minus a couple
even
little
in there,
bugs.
we're seeing a lot of bugs.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like almost every level we play, we found like one bug per level, which still sucks, but it's a lot better than when it used to be a thing, like on the Xbox.
Look at the standard that they're holding you to now.
I know.
So I would like Infinite to do well because, another one of these flagship franchises doing poorly is just not good for the industry as a whole.
True. But talking about the industry and stuff like that, I saw this headline and like I didn't even really read it because I found this headline just as we started the podcast, so you'll have to forgive me as I go through it. But it's from Kotaku, from Nathan Grayson, and the title of this article is Star Citizen developers fed up after being expected to work during devastating Texas snowstorm. So,
ooh, that's a bad look for the company.
Especially for a game that's like, relying on a lot of crowdfunding, not even out. I didn't realize though that the developers, or at least one of the offices or studios of this development team, is in Texas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it says one of the lines in the article, the Star Citizen developer has studios all over the world, but the core of the massively crowdfunded MMO's operation from a technological perspective lies deep in the heart of Texas. So at some point too, like here's another article or another quote from the article. It says the expectation was clear, says the employees. Be prepared to work through a natural disaster or make up for it later at the cost of off hours or vacation time. I know we've talked about, crunch time in the gaming industry as a whole, but it's like this is pretty fucking shitty.
I was going to say that sounds like leadership of somebody who's never actually been in a leadership position, and it's like a developer that happens to be their leader. You know what I mean? Like they just not connected with how these kind of things function and how you have to lead in that kind of situation rather than just being like, you need to work.
Yes, and it looks like their office also is located in Austin.
That's what I was about to guess.
But yeah, so holy fuck, dude! Since we're just gonna keep dumping on them, here's another line from the article. As the week went on, companies like EA, Aspire Media, Certain Affinity, and Alchemy Labs temporarily shut down their Texas operations. EA and Gearbox, which did not fully suspend operations, also provided resources for employees, including hotel accommodations and emergency supply deliveries in case of the former, and a check-in system in case of the latter. The sources with whom Kotaku spoke of said that if CIG, which is the people who do Star Citizen, provided aid in this form of essential supplies or anything else, they were not aware of it, even as a few employees reported that their apartment had flooded. So
Like I
essentially,
said, that's pretty bad. I mean, the company I work for, I'm just going to leave them nameless. Even they were like, if you can work, but if you can't, then like your safety is the priority.
yeah, I mean, there was a job I had a couple jobs ago where we had some flooding, and they were kind of handling like this company. They were like, hey, like, we're getting some really bad floods. Like, your safety is more important than your work. So if you need to leave or you need to get out, do it. And then after the storm came over, our founder pretty much came in and was just like, why the fuck did y'all go home? And it's like, you told us to, dude. So it's like,
wow.
Yeah. So it's like, I get it. Like, you're a leader of a company, but it's like, you have to be a cock about it.
Well, yeah, and that's one of those times where you build goodwill with your employees, and you should have hired people that will make up the time without you having to say anything, but they're going to do it without taking vacation. They're going to do it within reason on their own watch because they're professionals. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to sit there and be like, I expect you to work, next weekend and use vacation, to get caught up. It's like, no, I trust that you're going to get caught up, within a reasonable time period because you're a professional.
Yeah. One of the comments is pretty funny. It's like, these employees are so entitled, expecting an indie studio like CIG to have the ability to treat staff humanely and not go out of business. It's not like it's made of money. Oh, and it shows the Star Citizen crowdfunding page of how they've raised $350 million.
That's a lot of money, man. You could make like a AAA action movie with that budget.
I just think that's really funny that, I don't know, man. That's pretty bad. Like, I know, like, there was a lot of good to come out of, like, the whole, like, a lot of communities coming together with the Texas storm, people helping people. There's also a lot of bad, and it's like, it sucks that, like, a couple weeks later, it's like, we're learning, oh no, like, people were still assholes. So it's like, that's fucking wonderful. I don't know, man.
Well, speaking of people being shitty, I don't know if you saw this. I think you did. I think we texted about it a little bit. But the NBA has a player who, he's on the Miami Heat, and his name is Myers Leonard. And he is also a gamer who appears to have a reasonable following, actually, within games as well. And while he was gaming, he seemed to get frustrated. I think he was playing Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I think he was playing Warzone, which is like Call of Duty's Battle Royale.
And he got frustrated, and somebody clipped him on his channel when he was live using an anti-Semitic term starting with a K. So I don't need to say it, but you know what it is. And this could have ruined his life. The team that he was on, or whoever he was streaming with or supporting or a partner in.
FaZe Clan, which is like one of the biggest esports or like gaming brands out there. Like they've got to be. I mean, they've got professional teams. They've got players. Like like Lil Yachty's like in FaZe Clan. Like they have a lot of people. They dropped their sponsorship, Astro Gaming, which is like the headset brand that I have. They dropped it. He's been banned off Twitch. I think hasn't he been placed on like a suspension by the Miami Heat as well?
Yeah, so the Miami Heat, totally unrelated to gaming, have put him on an indefinite suspension.
So what do you think will come of that?
I mean, I think a big piece of it is going to be how he owns the situation. Because my take to Kevin was, look, was this a stupid thing to say while you're live? Yeah, absolutely. Should it ruin this guy's life? Probably not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think if he just comes out and owns it and says, look, I got frustrated. I just said something really stupid. I don't really think that way. I don't have a history of this. It was just a slip of the tongue. I was pissed off. I had a bad day. It's my bad. I'll own it. I feel like he could probably put this behind himself, within a month or so.
Yeah, and so I looked up. There's a guy I follow on Twitter. His name's Jake Lucky. He, fine. Like he anything that happens in the Twitch or gaming world, like he's a good source of news. And like I saw one of his tweets, and he said, in 24 hours, Myers Leonard was cut from FaZe, banned by Twitch, dropped by Scuff Gaming and Origin PC and Astro, and indefinitely suspended by the Miami Heat. Like, damn.
So I'm reading a little bit more about this situation. So the Miami Heat have already fined him $50,000, but he makes $9 million a year straight from playing basketball. So 50K to him is nothing.
Yeah, it really isn't shit.
But he has been suspended. And so here's more information about this. He's been suspended for only 1 week from all Heat facilities and team activities. The Miami Heat are requiring him to take part in a cultural diversity program. And the good news for him, he's actually kind of lucky, is that because he's hurt right now, the NBA can't not pay him for games. So the games that he would have missed during this time period would have cost him $324,000 because he would have been suspended. But because he's hurt, he still gets paid for that.
Okay, so I guess that's like a precedence the NBA has, like
right
in their contracts, or I don't know how to describe it. Speaking of
he's actually ruled out for the whole season with a shoulder issue. So It sounds like if he hadn't been hurt, it would have cost him $324,000
on top of the $50,000 fine. So $374. Yes. Damn, way off topic. But I was just scrolling because when I went to this guy's Twitter to look up the information, I saw this tweet. Speaking of people saying stupid things, you see what Burger King said on Twitter?
Oh, for Women's Day?
Yeah. So on International Women's Day, Burger King UK, the official Burger King UK Twitter, tweeted out, "Women belong in the kitchen."
Nice.
And it's like, dude,
nice.
Holy shit, you
nice.
Like you really fucked that one up, man.
Nice.
Dude, they
that's the definition of you fucked up.
Yeah, they also went and deleted the tweet as well. They were trying to bring attention and stuff. That there are not as many like women working and stuff like at Burger Kings and restaurants and stuff like that. But it's like,
you know about that the wrong way.
Well, they know what they did, and it's like I don't know if this was their way because it's like, I think they had good intentions, but they knew that they would have to do it in a negative way because it's like I think that they knew by tweeting out on International Women's Day, "Women belong in the kitchen," that tweet was going to go viral, and it did. I was thinking that they were like, "Oh, this will go viral," and then we could put like the good stuff underneath it, and people were just like, "No, you did this the entirely wrong way." But yeah. So also too, speaking of Florida, Miami Heat too, contracts and all that stuff like that. I haven't read any more about this, but me and Vitch did talk about this. So there's a Call of Duty team, the Florida Mutineers, and like they have backing by the Miami Heat. They signed player Skies, Cesar Bueno, who goes by Skies as his tag, to a 4-year contract worth up to $600 million with a $550 million guaranteed. This is a 4-year contract for a Call of Duty player. This is on par with like the best of the best, like any sports player out there.
Yeah, what's his name again?
Skyz, Skyz. I don't keep up with professional Call of Duty as much as I used to, so I don't know if maybe this guy's like just absolutely dominant in Call of Duty. But
I was gonna say I still need to look into this, see if I can get some of the language of the contract.
I haven't seen much of it, but I just wanted to bring attention to it so we could touch on it maybe later. Because, yeah, I haven't been able to see much about it as well.
Gonna say because something about that just sounds too high, considering the current hottest player in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. I think his contract is like 10 years, 450 million. So
it's just 4 years, 600.
Yeah, so it just seems kind of out of it seems a little too quick out of the blue for an esports contract to be higher than arguably one of the highest NFL contracts. It just seems a little sketch. Like maybe whoever tweeted out that information, even if it is the official account, whoever tweeted out that information, like when they say contract headline size or whatever, that they're including things that aren't like salary. They're like incentive based or something. You know what I mean? So like I would really need to look at it to really see what the true value is, because that just seems like I know I texted you this, but like my question to that would be, how on earth are you making enough revenue as a team to be able to afford to pay one player that much? Like that's like the annual NFL salary cap for an entire team is like 100 and something, like 120, 130 million. So you're paying this guy per year an entire NFL team salary cap? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Something's not right.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it's going to evolve, because I'm thinking that also includes like sponsorships, endorsements, like any sort of like anything that comes, any perk that comes with being on the team is being added into that in a monetary way. But I don't know.
Right, because it just seems like if it was everything all together, then it'd be more reasonable. Because who knows, how much money Tom Brady makes, not in his contract, but his endorsements. Who knows? You know what I mean? And so it's like once we get some more information, maybe we can touch on it again.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. Like, because, good God, that's insane. So, I guess you want to stay on the topic of money, because I had another thing that I saw and kind of didn't let you know because I wanted to hear your initial thoughts about it.
I will throw in one more comment here, was that people were really torn in the comment section around the Myers-Leonard, around the anti-Semitic comment he made. People were saying, like, he's just playing a game, like, chill out. And then other people were like, this is so unacceptable. And I did actually find an official quote from him that he tweeted out, I think it was today or yesterday. So he says, quote unquote, I am deeply sorry for using an anti-Semitic slur during a live stream yesterday while I didn't know what the word meant at the time. My ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. And he just goes on to say, I'm aware of what the word means now. I'm aware of the impact of the word. He's like, this doesn't represent who I am, my teammates, my coaches, the front office of the Miami Heat, etc., blah, blah, blah. And he said, I promise to do better, and I know my future actions will be more powerful than my use of this word. So I think he's already pretty much closed the door on that.
Yeah. I mean,
to be fully honest, like, I understand what the word means, but I could see how somebody just heard it in a movie or something, and they don't, because it's not a word that you really commonly hear. I've never heard it in a video game, to be honest.
I've heard it. I could maybe count on one hand the amount of times I've heard it entirely.
So
I'm not trying to like demean it and be like, oh, it's not a bad word, but it's like, it really is one that like,
it could have legitimately been like a slip of the tongue.
I even saw a response to the initial tweet of like him getting banned. Like some guy commented as a tweet and he's like, I'm Jewish and don't even know what this means.
Right.
I was
and
like,
again,
holy
it's
fuck.
like like you said, I'm not trying to diminish the impact of the word. I'm just saying that like it's more reasonable than somebody coming out and dropping an M-bomb. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Like,
if he would have
it's
dropped like a
different.
hard R, then it's like, okay, yeah, get him the fuck out.
Like that's such a culturally common word that everybody knows what it means. Everybody knows it should not be used. It's a horrendous word, blah, blah, blah. And the same applies to this. It's just I feel like it's not quite as well known.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So anyways.
Okay. Well, so you'll probably appreciate this. So I don't know. Have you heard of this game called Roblox?
I've heard of it, yes.
It's essentially kind of like, it looks like Minecraft, like everything's all blocky looking, and you can kind of just like, it's like Minecraft meets Gary's Mod. You can kind of just make whatever the hell you want in it, you know? and you can buy like I think the game is free, and you can buy like in-game currency to buy like skins and shit like that. They're called like Robux or whatever. But Roblox went public, like the company went public on the stock market, and it has a market cap like just it went public on I think yesterday or about yesterday or the day before, and it gave its market cap on closing was $38.26 billion, which I was just blown the fuck away by.
Huh, yeah, that does sound pretty high pretty quick.
Yeah, it said this is another from CNBC, and I'm just reading the key points from Ari Levi. I apologize for saying that wrong. But it says the company was last valued in the private market at $29.5 billion in a January funding round. I don't necessarily know what that means, but I'm assuming when something goes from private to public, its market cap would go up because more people can cash in on it, right?
Right, more people can buy and invest, raising the market cap.
So how do you invest in a private like?
It's just up. It would be up to those people. You'd have to know them. You know, some private companies will still like open up and say, "Hey, you know, you can invest in this." But when it starts getting into like private company investments, they have different different grades of investment. So like if you don't know what you're doing, there's like certain private companies that you're not allowed to invest in because the government deems you too like uninformed to like
too
safely.
Stupid essentially.
Yeah. So like there's certain things. I mean, but that exists with like corporations too. So
yeah.
But public market, you have no protection. It's like you invest, that's your money. It's gone, or it's going up, or it's gone.
Yeah. So it makes sense. So I'm reading further down the article. It says Roblox hits the market coming off an explosive year of growth, primarily from kids who were stuck at home because of COVID-19, forced schools to close and sports leagues to shut down. Within Roblox, which is one of the top grossing apps on Apple and Google devices, users create avatars that they can move between millions of games, navigate theme parks, stop pets, fight enemies with their friends, yada, yada, yada. So, damn. I mean, I knew Roblox was a popular game, but like...
I didn't realize it was that big.
A $38 billion market cap? I mean, I feel like...
I just pulled it up right now, and as of this very second, its market cap is $40.66 billion.
So it went up by like $2.4 billion just in a day. To the moon, Roblox.
No, fuck that. To the moon, Doge. Let's go, boys. I'm still waiting to wake up one day and be a multimillionaire thanks to Doge.
Hell yeah! I mean, just let's hit up Elon and be like, yo, can you just tweet some more stir up about Dogecoin?
To the moon, boys.
To the moon. God damn. All right, I feel like I've been leading the charge. So, do you have any articles you want to talk about?
Well, we did talk about how we were going to cover some more patents. So I have a few more patents that I found that are expiring soon, and then one that was just recently filed that we could quickly touch on.
Hell yeah. I have not looked at many new patents, so I'm excited for this.
So these are 5 video game patents that are ending soon, and this article is from the middle of 2019. No author is given, so if I can find it in the article, I will say it. It says it's articles, the pathway to get to this file. It says it doesn't even matter. It's from Work in Men. Don't know what that is, but assume some kind of legal site for games. But anyways, so some of the 5 games that are expiring soon. The first one is Tekken's Combo Tutorials is a patent that is expiring soon.
I don't know enough about Tekken to give any insight on that.
Right. I think it looks like they even have like a little image on this thing that kind of shows you what the patent looks like and how because in a patent, when you file, you have to explain how something works.
Oh, okay.
So like they kind of show how it works, and it's just talking about it's got like a command list, different techniques, and how to do the moves. So I'd be interested to see how Tekken compares.
Fucking tutorial. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse than that.
This is like my new favorite like trend on this cast.
So this one actually makes sense to me. It's the DDR gamepad.
Okay, that's a completely fair patent. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Is that one that like is a patent, or is it expiring soon, or?
It expires August 29th, 2021.
So once a patent expires, can essentially like a bunch of game developers come out and be like, now we're doing it too?
They could, yeah.
Or
I
can
forget.
DDR reapply for that patent?
Yeah, that's what I don't exactly remember, to be honest. I'm pretty sure you can reapply.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I was about to say, like, that'd be unfortunate for DDR, because that's like, everyone knows DDR. So it's like if other games are just sitting there waiting, it's like, it's 1201 patent expired. We're making our own now. It's like, that's kind of bullshit.
So actually, it's odd. I'm reading a little bit of information about the DDR gamepad, and it says this is one of the few video game patents that has been strictly enforced. In 2005, Konami sued Rockstar Games over their game In the Groove, which was available as a kit that could be applied to the DDR arcade machines, ubiquitous in most large arcades. So it sounds like it's a product somebody else made that you could attach to DDR machines. It was probably cheaper than what DDR was selling it for.
Yep.
So it says Konami won the case, and Rockstar Games had to give up rights to both the arcade and home versions of their game In the Groove.
Holy shit.
And, how about this? And manufacturers Red Octane and Mad Catz. If you remember them, they made shitty Xbox controllers.
Dude, when you said Mad Catz, I was like, oh god, that garbage ass brand.
Yeah, soon ceased production of home versions of dance pads. Interesting.
I mean, good on Mad Catz. Like, people would have gotten it, stepped on it, and it just would have blown off their foot.
So the next one is Dynasty Warriors Battle Mechanics.
In terms of?
It says, the title of the patent describes it best. Battle method with attack power based on character group density. It's a unique system that makes a Megaforce nearly the only studio around that has made successful crowd fighting combat games.
That makes sense. I mean, I know they're pretty unique in what they do.
And it expires October 25th, 2021.
No shit.
So this one's going to make you mad. Are you ready?
All right, I'm in.
Are you sure? You brace yourself.
Yeah, I mean, how much worse can it get from what we've already heard?
Xbox friend list game invites.
That's so stupid.
So what the patent is, from the patent's abstract, which is just a summary at the beginning of the patent itself, a user who has signed up onto an online gaming service can send an invitation to a friend appearing in the user's friend list to join in playing the game the user has loaded, or may join the friend playing the game being played by the friend, regardless of whether the game title is played by the friend and the same is loaded on the user game console.
So essentially, yeah, just clicking invite to game no matter what you're playing.
Right. Instead of maintaining a friends list for each game you own, Xbox games only have to worry about one friends list that's usable across every game. This patent is why Nintendo requires users to input a friend code for many of their multiplayer features.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I. And this one expires January 10th, 2026.
2026, goddamn. So this must be a recent one then.
Right. So this next one, I've only played the game like twice, but it was a lot of fun. Katamari.
Oh, Katamari Damacy, whatever.
Yep.
Classic game.
The patent expires August 22nd, 2026, and it says the core mechanic to Katamari Damacy, however you said it, rolling objects into a ball and having the ball grow and change shape according to how the objects were rolled into it. So the concept of the game is you just roll around trying to pick up mass and grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's protected until 2026. I'll give them that too. That was a pretty unique game.
Yeah, no, that's a classic game. So I mean, more power to them.
So yeah, those are the ones that are about to expire. And this is a new one here that looks like this article was posted actually today by Mark DESCHAMPS Deschamps maybe
Sure.
from Comic Book Gaming. So it is a patent filed by Sony for, it's kind of weird, so I might fumble through trying to explain it. Essentially, the document is showing a banana and how the Sony is patenting the concept of using these real-world items as your almost like an augmented reality controller. So beyond that, I don't know anything else. I'll just read a chunk from the article. While patents are frequently filed for things that don't end up seeing the light of day, that's a key thing to note, they can provide fans a window into the planning process of companies, aka you can kind of see what their R&D is doing. So a lot of R&D happens behind the scenes, and gaming companies tend to be very secretive about this kind of planning. Earlier this month, Another patent revealed that Sony is looking into ways that PlayStation fans could use everyday items as controllers, with specifically the patent showing an image of a banana and an orange as a controller. Clearly, the company is trying to find a lot of ways to change the gameplay experience for players.
Jesus. Okay.
You like that?
It's weird to say the least, but yeah. Dude, patents are weird. I like them.
Dude, they're very weird.
Yeah, that's. I'll try and look up some interesting video game patents as well, but like, it's so weird. Just the smallest little things that you'd never imagine are like locked down.
I'm gonna use this fruit.
Dude, imagine just playing Doom with the banana. Just get way too angry, just squeeze the fuck out of it. It pops.
I mean, that'd be badass.
The music just gets louder. Demons actually start popping up in your room.
I'm in. Anyways, I started blasting.
Dude, fuck yeah. Well, speaking of blasting, this was kind of cool, and this is rightfully deserved. So, you remember that series, that fan-made series on YouTube, Astartes, that like 5-part series? So the guy who created it, Syama Peterson, don't know. Games Workshop, the people who make Warhammer, hired him onto the team, like the animation team.
Oh, good.
Which I'm like, I mean, dude, Astartes, like, if you wouldn't have told me that was a fan thing, I would have thought it was official with how good it looked. Like, the animation quality was so good. Like, they captured the universe. I was like, dude, this is awesome.
It really was badass. It really was.
Like, that was, like, my little intro into Warhammer, and after that, it was pretty much... But, yeah, I'm excited. And I think he's, it says Peterson is now working on a follow-up to Astartes as part of the Warhammer animation team.
Good.
So, it says... There are other newly announced projects under that umbrella. Lost Legion Studios is working on The Exodite, a story about the Tau, a rising empire in service to a philosophy called the Greater Good. Paxilart is working on Primaris, the Last Templar, which follows the Black Templars, which are a really fucking cool faction. And meanwhile, The Iron Within comes from Codex Films, showing the Iron Warriors in action against the Drakari, which are the Dark Eldar.
I'm in.
I mean, dude, I'm excited. Like, Warhammer fans they're a very diehard breed.
Yes.
So to see someone, get picked up from the team, I mean, if you just go type in, like, there's Death of Hope, which got canceled, I hope it comes back, Astartes. If you go down that YouTube rabbit hole, you will just find, like, fan-made film after fan-made film after fan-made film. And, like, granted, some of them are pretty janky in the way that they look. But, I mean, they're entertaining. If you're a Warhammer fan, you'll like them.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
But, yeah. One more thing, too. Just because wouldn't be a cast without it. Twitch, our favorite purple company.
Oh,
so they have a feature where you can... Oh, God. I don't know how I feel about this. They had a feature where you can refund a sub within, I think it was 10 minutes after... you do it, like after you sub to someone, you can refund it, which I get. Like, let's say you accidentally click a 6-month sub and you're like, oh, I wanted to do a 3 or a 1-time sub. Like, I can understand that. But one of the reasonings for canceling your sub, like when you go to cancel it, Twitch will be like, oh, why do you want to cancel? And it gives you like a drop down of things to select. One of the reasonings is like a selection is, I just wanted a shout out.
That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid.
Because when you sub to someone, especially like a smaller streamer, they're going to be like, hey, like, yo, Big Sandwich, like, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, yada, yada, yada. And then the person could just hear that, be like, oh, they shouted me out, and then just refund it. And it's like, that's horseshit.
That's fucking
like I said,
dumb, man. That's so stupid.
I understand refunding a sub if you did it by accident, but the fact that they added that as an official reason that you can refund a sub, what's to stop me from just going into people's subs like crazy and just being like, sub, hey, okay, Stu, thanks, refund. Go into someone else's sub, yo, okay, Stu, refund. And I'm just like, hey, thanks for the shout out. This is covered under Twitch's TOS, so I can do this and I have an out for it, so fuck you. I think it's a piss poor move on their part. I don't understand what they're trying to do with that one.
Twitch.
They're fucking up bad,
Twitch,
man.
Pay up, boy. sit down, pay up.
That's the thing with Twitch is that like, I mean, you know, there is YouTube, there is Facebook, but it's like Twitch is so massive that they kind of stand unopposed. So it's like they can just kind of do whatever they want, and that's I don't know. I don't get it. I'm assuming that
It's a
this
stupid
is probably
policy, straight up.
I'm assuming because people are already getting pissed by it. So I'm assuming that Twitch is going to be like, you know, hey, we heard your concern and we're removing this feature.
So stupid.
I'm hoping they do. At least it's bullshit if they don't. I saw a Sardi's meme that was sent to me and it kind of made me chuckle.
Well, that's all I have. I know we're bumping time.
True. Well, we're almost done. I know you had a
Overwatch
angry moment.
My pissed off moment of the week, of course, was Overwatch, which I've actually hit a career high recently. It was my tank, which I'm happy about.
What about Valorant?
Nice. Shitty game. But so it was just on a payload map, again, just like payload from TF2, trying to push a point. I mean, push
map?
Yeah, push a cart, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, I'm playing.
Which map was it, though?
It was Route 66. And so we were on offense. So, of course, you know, you come out of the doors. There's like the wrecked train right there, whatever. And the cart's like right up there. We didn't move the cart anywhere at all. The whole push.
Why?
Because our DPS.
Who were you playing also?
Reinhardt.
Okay.
So, ideal Reinhardt map.
I already know where this is going. I can already tell where this is going.
And so, you know, I'm blocking a ton of damage. I'm holding the cart. I'm calling things out. You know, the two DPS aren't doing really anything. They just keep coming out of spawn. Coming out of spawn and dying.
Who were they playing as? Wait. Let me guess. Two DPS not doing anything. One of them had to have been a sniper, so it was an Ash, a Widow, or a Hanzo. I'm gonna guess Widow.
It was Ash Hanzo.
Wait, it was an Ash and a Hanzo?
Yes.
I just would have quit.
And so we're trying to push
offense. I just would have quit the game and like y'all are on your own.
I got kind of irritated and I was like, guys, I need some help. Like they're just melting me. Like I can't hold the line. Blah blah blah. Like I need help. You know, I've got gold damage. You know, gold of limbs. Blah blah blah. Which I shouldn't be doing when I'm blocking that much damage. That's the key thing. And so of course we don't cap. So we go to the other side after they didn't say anything. The entire time I was calling for help. And I was like, okay, guys, you know, what other tank could I play that would help you? You know what I mean? Like, should I play Orisa or this? And they were like, the guy straight up just comes off of mute and straight up just goes, well, if we had a main tank, we'd be better now, wouldn't we? and then I was like, whoa, I was on the cart, man. And he was like, you should have gone the left. So think about that. Think about that. As somebody who's played Route 66, and when you hear you should have gone the left, coming out of spawn, what does that mean? He wanted me to go inside of the broken train cars.
Yeah, and go up to the
And
ledge.
I'm like, dude, I'm a main tank. My job is to get to the cart and hold the line.
Center.
That's my job. And I was like, you guys aren't doing anything.
I can understand if you're a Roadhog, because Roadhogs
exactly,
kind of flank, but if you're a Rhine, like you have to like you know the little line that it shows you where the cart follows, like that line is pretty much Reinhardt's line. Like stick to that fucking line.
But even beyond that, then why didn't you say that when we were pushing?
Because they were too busy getting lots of snipes and picks.
They didn't do anything. They had nothing. And I knew that because I was playing with two other people. They were both healers, and they had silver and bronze damage as healers. And so these guys weren't doing anything. And, of course, I got pissed, and I just went off on them. Like, no joke. I just went off on them. My teammates thought it was funny because it was a classic Vitch get pissed moment. But it actually really made me mad. And then at the end of the game, of course, we got stomped. We didn't push the card at all, which never happens.
Shit.
And then we lost. And then, of course, at the end, there's 4 cards, like the 4 MVPs of the game. Mm-hmm. And 3 of them were the other team. And then the last one was me with objective time, a.k.a. I was exactly where I was supposed to be. And I was like, where the fuck is your guys' card? And they were like, you weren't even playing the main tank right. I couldn't get picks because I couldn't stay alive. And I'm like, who the fuck's fault is that? Fuck you.
You should have gone the left.
It's like, yeah, you should have gone the left.
Well, hey, I mean,
I'm fucking pissed now. I'm out, dude. I'm out. You finish this cast on your own. I'm fucking out. See you guys later.
Well, to follow that off with my Overwatch pissed off moment of the week, this is a first. My Overwatch or my pissed off moment from the week came and I wasn't even able to play the game. So what I mean by that is I got up on like Saturday or Sunday and woke up to a permanent ban on Overwatch. And the reason I have that ban is pretty much for the reason Vitch was getting upset, is that there will be shit talking back and forth between teammates. Well, when I say between teammates, between me and teammates. You know, I'll be DPS, which if tanks aren't getting ripped apart, DPS are the next in line to get ripped apart. And, you know, as Soldier, if I don't laser down a Pharah within 3 milliseconds of seeing her, I'm start getting flamed. So pretty much people will be like, yo, Soldier, take care of the Pharah, fuck you. And I'll just be like, fuck off and mind your own business. Like, I'll do it, just give me a second. And then I'm just met with them going, reported, and then them opening up all chat, guys, report our Soldier, he's being toxic. And it's like, I just told you to fuck off because you told me to fuck off. Like, I'm not going to report you because I'm not some soy loser. Like, you can shit talk me.
Some soy loser.
You can shit talk me all you want. I mean, what's funny is that it's like if we have people who just start yelling at each other, we'll usually play better. True. And it's like people will just instigate, throw out the shit talk first. I'll respond, and then they'll report me. And because I don't report them back, like, it just reflects my record badly. And it's like, I don't know how apparently I wonder how Overwatch's report system works, because I would love for them to see the people who report me like instigate everything and then me just firing back, which I know like, oh, I should probably just ignore it and mute them, but it's like, no, if they can shit talk me first, I can shit talk them back. But I don't have to worry about that anymore because I don't have to play Overwatch. I don't have to play, you know, Tiggle's game where he used to get on World of Warcraft and just bitch and moan for paragraphs and be a toxic asshole, and now he leads Overwatch where it's a safe space. You can't do that. Your name used to be Tiggle Biddies, and you would just get on World of Warcraft to cry. Like, get the fuck out of here, you hypocritical asshole.
I love how mad you're getting.
So fucking stupid. Yeah, episode 45. What a good cast. Fuck off. Oh, you smiling? No, I'm actually not this time. Fuck smiling? You. No.
I will say that anytime there's a Pharah and I get on comms, I say it's going to be a team effort to take the Pharah down, because it's hard to kill Pharah as Soldier.
Everyone thinks
it's hard.
Soldier is like, and don't get me wrong, I will get a Pharah down, but I'm gonna, you know, miss a couple shots. I'm fucking gold. I'm not.
Hurry the fuck up, kid, and get her down.
Yeah, and then people will be like, oh, like, why didn't you kill her? She just came out of spawn. And it's like, dog, she's across map flying around. Like, I can't hit that.
Get good then, boy.
And then they're Genji just, like, jumping around doing nothing.
Tiggle.
Yeah, good one. Fuck off.
All right, well, this has been episode 45. A little longer than we wanted, but it's good.
Hell yeah. Oh, you want?
Are you smiling?
Sure, no.
All right, well, this is your boy, Big Sandwich.
It's your boy, Big Vitch. Pretty sure my mic picked that up from my headphones. See ya, man. See ya, Tickle.